What is going on, everybody? We're here and we are live. Yes, we did make it a little bit later. I'm not going to lie. I was pretty tired today. I had to take a little bit of a nap after the Bears game. I just had to. I got really excited. I got really excited from another Chicago Bears victory. There's my Bears hat right there. I got excited with another Chicago Bears victory. How could I not? And I was pretty fucking tired yesterday. A little rough waking up yesterday or this morning. We had a fantastic stream here on this channel in which I drank quite a bit. I had quite a bit to drink, and that is all thanks to everybody in the chat who made my birthday pretty damn good. Pretty good way to celebrate. Pretty good way to close out the night for my birthday. I appreciate all the people who are thinking about me on my birthday. It means a lot. We had 1,000 people watching me just get absolutely hammered for some reason. I don't know why. But you guys wanted it. So, big thank you. We had a ton of support yesterday. It was fucking awesome. And I missed one big $50 donation. Okay? I missed one big $50 donation, which I will get to as people are rolling in, because I want to make sure some people actually get to hear it. As people are rolling in, we will get to it. But yes, that could be that I appreciate all the donos that came in. You guys wanted to see me get hammered. I got pretty drunk and paid for it a little bit this morning, but that's good. 37 years old, not young. 37 years old. It's okay to admit it. It's okay. I'm at peace with it. It's fine. 37 years old. But we, of course, got some stuff to talk about today. We got, I wanted to talk about Cynthia Erivo a little bit. The GQ Man of the Year? What the fuck? Whatever. Wicked for Good is going to come out this week, and it's probably going to do big numbers. And not exactly catering to this kind of side of YouTube or whatever, but it's probably going to do similar numbers to the first one did. And the theaters need it. The theaters need it because the theaters are hurting right now. This has been about the worst, 16-month stretch in a long fucking time. Between the disappointing summer in which they thought all these blockbusters were going to hit big and none of them did, and then a fall which was just fucking miserable. It's been rough for theaters out there. So we'll see. Zootopia 2 coming out. It'll probably make $1 billion fucking dollars because I know some of you furries in the chat will love it. And then Avatar Fire and Ash. Those are some of the big ones that are coming out. But Wicked for Good is coming out next week. But I figured an appropriate time to talk about Cynthia Erivo being Man of the fucking Year. The fuck are we doing? What the fuck is going on? However, I will say this. Cynthia Erivo did maybe show some masculine energy protecting Ariana Grande on the red carpet when some dude fucking went over the barriers and started like photobombing and shit. Cynthia Erivo looked like she wanted to fucking kill that dude. So maybe that's the masculine energy, the protective energy from Cynthia Erivo. I don't know. Maybe. We got to talk about Disney, who apparently Disney, despite the last, 6 years of nonsense, they don't want to mention diversity. They don't want to mention equity and inclusion. They don't want to mention DEI in any of their fucking new reports. Does that mean that anything's changing? Highly doubt it. But it's interesting that they don't want to mention it anymore. Predator Badlands taking in the box office. Maybe a couple other things that we'll get to. Maybe a couple other things that we're going to get to. But let's say hi to the good people in the chat. Let me scroll up a little bit. We've got Cody J. Braun, David Smart, the crafty tyke, Focus, Deport the Parasites, Bob, Destroyer All Trolls, Sulla Felix, Emilio, Jesus, Jeff Hall, Dave Miller, Rick Martell, Monster from the ID, Monster from the ID, Bishop Brown, M. Spock, Anima Chains, Mako Gray, the Canadian furry, Burnt Poet, Bishop Brown, Goon Solo, Little Orphan Funkhauser, I saw lovely Sherry as well. Chaos Maker, Cleveland Brown, D. John Hayden, John Alexander. What's up, everyone? What's up, everybody? And yes, indeed, we had a good birthday stream yesterday. It was pretty fucking crazy, actually. And I have not rewatched it, but let's just hope that I didn't get too smashed, that I didn't get too. I felt like I was good. There's a chance I may have been slurring a little bit, but I think I was okay. I believe that I was okay. I believe I was okay. Bears almost blew it. Oh my gosh. Yes, they did. In fact, I did see Jesus. Ryan, crazy game with the Bears. Congratulations. I'm telling you guys, I am helping this team win. I'm not going to lie. I'm helping the Chicago Bears win. I did the same thing that I did the past 2 weeks. When things started to go bad and we started to have comebacks and these other teams get ahead and I realized I'm sitting on this spot on the couch and I'm watching this go down, I had to stand up. I had to get active. I had to participate. So I went and I stood in the same fucking spot just to the left of my couch watching the TV kind of from a fucking angle. That's where I was when they beat the Cincinnati Bengals. That's where I was when they came back against the Giants. And that's where I fucking was today when the Bears came back and kicked that game-winning field goal. There's something about that spot, and there's something about me. I am controlling so many vibes that are going on cosmically right now. It's me. I'm telling you. There's really no other explanation for it. You're telling me that it's just like the Bears doing that? No, I'm part of it. Good job, Ryan. They couldn't have done it without you. Kenny Hampson, Ryan, how do you feel about your quarterback being black and gay? Look, well, one, he's not gay, although painting your nails is almost more gay than actually fucking another dude in the ass or getting fucked by another dude in the ass. No lies there. He's not actually gay, but that is gay. The painting nail things is gay. However, he could be sucking dick on Fifth Avenue. And if the Bears keep winning football games, I'm all for it. Did the Seahawks just come back and win this game for real? Did the Seahawks just come back and win this game? Is that true? It was 1 second left, and they're on the 43. That'd be a 63-yard field goal. Right? Is it in the air? Is it happening? That's a long one. Little Orphan Funkhauser, Bears first in the NFC North for now. Ryan keeps winning. You know, almost everything is going pretty well for me right now. Almost everything's going pretty well. A lot of stuff's going well. But thank you, Little Orphan Funkhauser. Alex Arrow Cave. No good. No good, y'all are saying. He missed the kick. So the Rams win. Woof. Rough loss. My Jags and Packers won. Meta PC code RCAPOS. That is true, Alex. Congratulations on your Packers. Congratulations on your Packers and your Jags winning. I called one of those, did not call the other one. But yes, Meta PC code RK Outpost. If you or someone you know is in need of a new PC, whether you just want to have a streaming setup, whether you need it for gaming, whether you want it for editing, whatever. If you need a PC, go check out Meta PC and use code RK Outpost for a discount. I did want to get to, before the stream even started, for some reason I didn't save it in Streamlabs. Daniel Moore for €5.99 says Cynthia Erivo is man of the year. Wesley Snipes really let himself go, huh? I think as someone pointed out in the chat, we've seen Wesley Snipes in drag, and I think he's still more attractive than Cynthia Erivo somehow. But I did want to get to the chat that I missed last night. And it happened, I think, right as we were closing out the stream, right as I was finishing things off. We had a $50 donation. $50 coming in on the Streamlabs side. And it's from Ryan Kinel. Now, no, I'm not donating myself, but there is a Ryan Kinel who goes around, donates on some streams in my voice. Maybe it's the spirit of me, something like that. Something like that. But for 50 says, screw it, man. I'm freaking drunk. It's my birthday. I'm wearing a funny hat, and Jeremy is queerer than a $3 bill, so I might as well gift myself another 50. Am I right or am I right? I am right. I agree with myself. Thank you, Ryan Kinel on Streamlabs. And I should have a little drink for that, because I should have been having a drink for that yesterday. Should have been having a drink for that yesterday. Someone says money laundering from Grabthar's Hammer. It would be really fucking stupid for me to do that. But and why am I giving off? I did drink quite a bit of this last night, didn't I? Shit. All right. Down the hatch. I do not like that Cooper's Mark. I don't like that Cooper's Mark. Just saying. I'm not going to buy that again. Not a fan. And then shit. Over on Rumble. Over on Rumble. The Morgue. The Morgue. With a $50 super chat. Says, let this end. Says, fuck it. Let's start this shit. Are we doing this shit again? I may not survive if we actually do this shit again. Dirty Mechanic, got to get some Angel's Envy. Somebody said that. Somebody mentioned Angel's Envy the other day, and it looked good. So I probably do. Are we doing this again today? Y'all, I'm old now. I'm old now, motherfuckers. Bottoms up. Bottoms up. You look 25? Well, thank you. Thank you. Some mornings I feel 25. And some mornings I feel 50. Just depends. Just depends. But thank you very much over there. Thank you, the Morgue. Shout out. Shout out, the Morgue. Getting this party started. All right. Let's catch up with the other chats. You guys are fucking awesome already with the support today. Cody Braun, not sure if you heard, but hashtag Snyderverse restored. I mean, there's a big rumor going around about the Saudis wanting to buy Warner Brothers, and if they do, potentially trying to restore the Snyderverse. I know there's a rumor. I beg people like not to get your hopes up for it. And I know you see Zack Snyder like this on Instagram and that, and I get it, and I know a lot of people would love to see it. I am just saying, don't set yourself up for massive disappointment. You know what I mean? That's all. That's all, Cody Braun. But I mean, the Saudis certainly could. The Saudis certainly could buy it. Whether that means that happens or not in the aftermath, who knows? Jesus for 2. Hopefully my fucking Cowboys can win tomorrow. I picked him, Jesus, so I hope so too. What's this little hair doing right here? You guys see that? Oh, and I did get something. I've had this hole right here ever since I got in here. Not in my head, but right behind me. I received the perfect thing. It is like it's this really cool. I wanted to actually get it up before the stream today, but unfortunately, I got to mount it and all that, and I just couldn't get it worked out today. just a little Batman light that has these cool fucking lights that like light up on the back. So it's like a silhouette of the Batman symbol. I'm gonna put it right there. I think it's gonna go perfect. I think it's gonna go perfect right there. I don't know what maybe bring that up. Monster from the id for $10. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good gets better and your better gets best. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears. Let's fucking go, Chicago. Let's go. Jesus for $2. 37 years old, Ryan. I'm 69 years old. Haha, 69. LOL. I don't believe you're 69, Jesus. I don't believe it, Jesus. Hugo, bro, Hugo for 5. What the fuck, Ryan? I've been needing to ask you a question. I want to add Mr. Beautiful as my middle name legally. What do you think? Holla at a playa. Hugo, Mr. Beautiful Hugo. Is that your name? I say go for it. It's a good conversation starter. Good conversation starter. Thesia or Thikia, THC. I don't fuck it. THC. Remember for 3 months. Sorry I missed the birthday bash, but rest assured I was over the moon in solidarity. Happy 49th, bud. Hey. Hold up. 37. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted, THC. The fuck? Come on. Mikey Gussler for $10 landed safely in Orlando, Florida. Laying here in my hotel room watching you. Can't wait to see you. I'm going to Universal Studios tomorrow. It's my first time visiting all 3 parks. Any tips? Well, you're trying to do all 3 parks tomorrow? I don't think you can fit them all in tomorrow, but I mean, so my tips for doing the typical 2, like Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, get there as early as you can. Buy the express pass. I just think it's worth it. Like if you want to do all the rides, right? If you want to do all the rides, I think express pass is worth it. So then you're not wasting, an hour and a half in line for a ride, and longest you're going to wait is probably like 30 or 35 minutes or something. And you can get all of them. And I always like to, whatever you're doing, I would do the park and then end up in the Harry Potter section last, right? Make sure you see everything you want to see, go to the Harry Potter section last, and then take the Hogwarts Express either from Diagon Alley to Hogsmeade or from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley, whichever one. And that's how you should make your entrance into the next park. That's always what I've thought. That's the best way to do it if you have the 2 park ticket. I don't know. There's some pretty basic things, I think. Get there early. But yeah, Mikey, hopefully while you're in town, maybe we'll go grab a drink or something at City Walk. That might be cool. We talked a little bit earlier in DMs, Mikey. So, Rick Martell, strange new respect for Cynthia Erivo after watching her shield Ariana Grande. Well, I think she's a nutcase, obviously. I think she's a nutcase. But I do think there's a lot of people that thought all of the the Wicked promo stuff for the first movie was as cringe as it could possibly be. And there was a lot of people that were wondering if all this is just super fucking fake and they're just doing this. And I think some of it certainly was. They wanted to show that they were friends about a movie in which they are fucking friends and stuff. However, seeing Cynthia Erivo, let's get to it actually. Cynthia Erivo's reaction to somebody jumping and basically grabbing Ariana Grande at a red carpet thing, Cynthia Erivo took charge. I think she's a fucking nutcase. And I do not like Cynthia Erivo. But you do have to have some respect for somebody for standing up and putting themselves in the way there for apparently their friend, somebody they care about. A true homie. Yes, a true homie. We can get to that. She was triggered by the audacity of this man to touch my woman. To touch my woman. All right, let's see. I'll pull the camera back up in a second. Here we go. Share the entire screen just in case we need to share some audio. I think we can do that. Are they a couple? No, they're not a couple. They're not a couple. Nor do they actually defy gravity. But all right, I think I have everything that I want. This is next week. This week, really. Let's see. How do I even want to start talking about Wicked for Good? Wicked was a pretty big success at the box office last year, and the sequel, Wicked for Good, is ready to come out in just a few days. And even though there hasn't been nearly as much promotion this time around, I think with how well it was received by its intended fan base last year, even if this movie certainly isn't for a lot of people, including a lot of people that probably watch this channel, I don't think this demographic is the core audience for Wicked, nor will it be for Wicked for Good. But it is coming out next week and will probably provide a much needed injection of cash into the theaters, who have been suffering over the past several months with everything coming out of Hollywood. But of course, whenever we talk about Wicked, you have to talk about some of the stars, including Cynthia Erivo, who certainly made headlines before that movie came out last year. And once again, she's making headlines because Cynthia Erivo, somehow, some way, don't ask me why, don't ask me how, don't ask me any of those questions, but unfortunately, it's a reality that Cynthia Erivo is one of GQ's Men of the Year. That's right. Cynthia Erivo, who reportedly is female and I think identifies as queer or bisexual or something like that. I don't even know what she identifies as, but reportedly is a woman, is British GQ's Man of the fucking Year. British GQ put Cynthia Erivo on the cover of its Men of the Year issue. And this is it, the 2025 Men of the Year issue, starring Cynthia Erivo with Pierce Brosnan and Skepta. One, Pierce Brosnan, fucking badass. Love Pierce Brosnan. How can you not love James Bond? I can't say I know who Skepta is. I'm gonna be real. I can't say I know. I know who Cynthia Erivo is. And I like, what the fuck is the point of this? What is the fucking point of this? How stupid, how retarded. I'm so tired of this shit. And basically, one of the reasons they did this, that women had to be included in a Men of the Year issue, is because the world is so fucking hateful. You know what makes the world a little bit more hateful? When you do retarded shit like this, okay? I'm just saying. But let's get into the why and how. British edition of Gentleman's Quarterly, the magazine better known as GQ, put out its 2025 Men of the Year issue, and gracing the cover is Cynthia Erivo. The star of Wicked and its upcoming sequel / second half, Wicked for Good, is a woman, which is understandably confusing people. Or perhaps not, as the assumption is that this is another instance of political correctness. To be fair, Erivo is one of two covers for the issue, with the other featuring Skepta and having with Cynthia Erivo and Pierce Brosnan written on it. One featuring Brosnan should be forthcoming now that Erivo has gotten hers. British GQ's article about Erivo covers her role in Wicked, her abandonment by her father, her method of jewelry shopping, and other topics. But it's her views on gender politics. Erivo identifies as queer and bisexual. We could look at you and know. That's not one you really have to, say, I guess. We can tell by looking. And British GQ's labeling the modern world an era of hate that reveal why she was added to the Men of the Year list, which is never explicitly mentioned. This is weird. And look, Cynthia Erivo played Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar. Now, Jesus Christ Superstar, not known for being super respectful of Christians and of Jesus and of faith. Okay, that's kind of the point of the entire musical. However, this was a massive controversy not that long ago. The one thing I will say with Cynthia Erivo, she has shown some masculine energy over the past couple days. And I can't stand it when she talks about anything. I can't stand her fucking politics. I can't stand all this fucking victimhood fake bullshit. I can't stand her being on a cup like one of the Men of the Year. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. But I can at least say maybe Maybe she put off a little bit of masculine energy when she tried to help Ariana Grande, her co-star in Wicked. This was them at the red carpet, or should I say yellow carpet, premiere a couple days ago. And some dude, some piece of shit who's known for basically jumping over barricades and jumping on stage with musicians and famous people and stuff like that. This dude goes and like grabs Ariana Grande and like starts celebrating photobombing her. Cynthia Erivo, she comes to the defense. He comes to the defense. They come to the defense. I don't fucking know what this person's pronouns are. I know they're a man of the year, apparently. But they did do this. Watch this. So you see Ariana right there. You see Cynthia Erivo over here. And this guy's about to come in, and he's done this before, and he only gets like slaps on the wrist. And somebody should fucking just put this dude in prison. He does this all the time. All the time. Cynthia Erivo first on the fucking scene to protect her girl Ariana Grande, apparently. And Ariana Grande looks obviously like kind of taken aback and like doesn't know exactly what the fuck's. Look at Cynthia Erivo. Maybe that's the masculine energy that earned maybe that's it that earned the man of the year, because she's the only person in this fucking crowd that came to the defense and like puts her hands on this guy and gets her off Ariana Grande. Maybe that's it. Maybe she's doing some sort of witch demonic thing right here. I don't know. But I do know one thing. I know that Wicked for Good is going to make a shit ton of money because its core audience, women, really loves it, and it's really well done for that core audience. And I think it's fine to have movies. I said this when it came out. I think it is good to have movies and IPs that cater to, say, men or women. When they come out in some adaptation, they should cater to the same groups that like the originals, right? You shouldn't try to turn Barbie into a male property. You shouldn't try to turn Wicked into a male property. But I think you should do the same fucking thing when we have these traditional male-dominated properties. Don't try to turn them into girls' brands. It's weird how you can actually have success like that. But one thing is also true. It's going to make a lot of money. And Cynthia Erivo continues to be a weird fucking freak. And luckily for her, this audience, the audience for Wicked for Good, they don't care about Cynthia Erivo's weird-ass politics or whatever. They just want to go see a musical. And so I don't think that Man of the Year is going to earn her too much backlash. You just have to call it what it is. It's retarded. Why? Why is a woman being included in the Men of the Year? It would make just as much sense as a man being included in the Women of the Year, which I'm sure one or two of these magazines fucking done it because they want a fucking virtue signal for something, but it doesn't need to happen. This is stupid. Someone says she has more testosterone than Jeremy. I mean, there's a chance that she has a big old dick. There's a chance she wants a big old dick. I could see that. Just a big hog. Oh, man. Joshua Henderson throwing up in chat. Wow. Angst Kitten's in the chat. What's up, Angst Kitten? Twisted Reality says 12-inch BBC. Yeah, maybe. The Morgue for $5 says add a kid on Rumble. Thank you. After that 50. And then Ronan for 10. Start planning for your 40th birthday now. Guarantee you'll be so plastered on stream, you'll be doing the Ace Ventura ass talking. You guys can get me there. You guys can get me there. Gary might still be in the air headed to Egypt. He's not. I saw a post from him. I saw a post. Should we look it up? Nerd. Here it is. Yeah, see, 2 hours ago, everyone relax. The Africa expert has arrived in Africa. And then he posts this. Cairo, 1 a.m. There you go. Right there on the Nile, right? I mean, it's got to be it. I really wish I could have gone with Gary to Egypt. I think it would have been really fucking cool. Think it would have been really fucking cool. Not in the cards this year. Not in the cards this year. Ryan Charlton, I have a few questions for you. How can I get in touch with you directly, please? Ryan Charlton, you can email me. You can shoot me an email. And it's rtkinel@gmail.com. But it's, if you want to find it easy, it's just on my home, like my YouTube page, probably in like the about section. It should list it. You might have to click a button to reveal it because they don't want bots scraping it, but it's there. It's there. Let's see. We got it from Mikey Taker for $2. Says, damn, Bears win by 2, Hawks lose by 2. You were really trying to convince me to take those Seahawks today, Taker. You're like, oh, you know, they're really good on the road. You know, I mean, you guys almost got it. Almost got it. Like, to be honest, like, you guys shouldn't even been in the game with all those fucking interceptions that Darnold had. Like, it should not have even been in the game. Well, a good fight. Daniel Moore, aging is so different in America. What do you mean? Aging is different in America. You said you thought I looked 25 or some shit. Is that what you said? You mean Americans look older or younger? You don't look hungover, says Filthy Casual. Yeah. I don't really get hungover. I get tired, right? I get tired, but I don't have like, oh, fucking pounding headache or like shit. Like, I just don't. I get tired. I get tired. Destroyer All Troll says Wicked and its sequel are meaningless since Emerald City, The Witches in Oz doesn't exist because Dorothy was just dreaming about it the whole time in The Wizard of Oz. So what is the fucking point? Well, I mean, that would be like saying Star Wars doesn't exist. So what's the fucking point? Look, I kind of despise the entire premise of Wicked. If you guys don't know, like, Wicked was the early 90s when the first books were written, when the first books about Wicked. It was essentially this like subversion of your expectations. And oh, it turns out that the evil witch wasn't really evil. She was made this way by society and people turned against her. And the Wizard of Oz is actually this evil, vile piece of shit. Like that's the whole premise of all of it, which I don't like in general. Women love it, and it's been massively successful. And it's interesting. Because I was even talking about this the other day on FNT. It's like, I think that Wicked for Good's going to do probably about what the first one did, you know, somewhere in the $750 million range. But I think they spent significantly less on this one marketing. I said it a couple weeks ago that I don't feel like the same type of marketing campaign is at play with this one. And it's not. We actually just got that revealed. That first, and it seems to have paid off very well for Universal, their strategy. That first Wicked, they put a lot of money into marketing. It's like $125, $150 million marketing campaign. And that's why you saw it everywhere. All the PR tours, all the press junkets, all the interviews, all the different partnerships, the brand partnerships. It was fucking everywhere. And they wanted to blast it into people's like minds so you couldn't not know about it. And it worked for the first one. For this one, they decided to scale back a lot because they feel like people already knew and it was well received and that they would go to the sequel, and it was advertised as a part one with the second part coming out next year. And actually, I think this one is, even with way less marketing, I think like $80 million in marketing compared to $150 million for the first movie. And I think Wicked for Good is tracking to open higher at the box office. So it's whatever that strategy was. And like, marketing, we talk about it a lot. We talk about the money that people spend marketing, but not all marketing is the same. Not all marketing is effective. And just because you're hearing about something doesn't mean that people are actually going to see something. But it seems like they had a pretty good strategy for it, honestly. Ian says, I was offered an all expense paid trip to Dubai and I said no. All expense paid? Are you fucking kidding me? I'd go in a heartbeat. I'd go in a heartbeat. Who offered you? Tell them they offered to me. I'll fucking go. I've heard great things about Dubai, to be honest with you. I think that's a little bit different than a lot of other the fucking countries in that area. Dubai is lit, man, says Andrew Philibin. Whoever offered you that, tell them to get in touch with me if it's still available. I'll go. Let's see. Snacks for $10. Hope you had a happy birthday. You don't look a day over 29. Thank you, Snacks. Yeah, would have been there, but was with family watching Sooners ruin Alabama's homecoming. Yes. Haven't heard a peep from Jeremy today. Where's he at? Is he okay? Is he okay? No alcohol in Dubai? That's a lie, THC. There's a shit ton of alcohol in Dubai. Now, some people practicing Muslim, if they're practicing the right way, they won't drink it. But yeah, like everywhere has alcohol. They got like a class system over there, okay? They've got a class system over there in Dubai. And if you got money, or if you're fucking white, and like they want you to come back and visit and spend money, treated like a fucking king. If you're like an Indian worker or something, probably going to be treated like shit. Yeah, okay, I made that up. Yeah, exactly. Fucking liar. Fucking liar. Joshua Henderson just watched Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. My only issue is they didn't give it more episodes or seasons like TCW, where they should have. I don't know why they didn't. Well, first of all, there are way too many seasons of the Clone Wars. There are way too many seasons of TCW. I agree. Like, there's definitely room for like more, especially because they're so short, right? Because they're so short and compact, and it's a micro series, right? So I 1000% agree they could do more. The entire purpose of that was to provide a lead into Revenge of the Sith and do some explanation of, how Anakin became a knight and some of the people and some of the big players and stuff like that, and give these little mini stories, introduce General Grievous as a threat, make you understand a little bit about him, shit like that, in the lead up to him kidnapping Palpatine. Like, that was the entire point of it, was to be a small lead up into Revenge of the Sith. And that's what it was. But there was way too much Clone Wars in Dave Filoni's TCW. Like, everyone understands the Clone Wars lasted like 2 fucking years, right? It was like 2.5 years. 7 fucking seasons of that shit. Come on. Math doesn't math when you factor in all the things that are going on in all these fucking battles on all these different places. And it just so happens Anakin's fucking Anakin and Obi-Wan are there for all. No, they're not. Mike Hill, your boy Caleb better watch his back next week. He's got my Steelers. I'm not looking forward to Aaron Rodgers coming to Soldier Field. Hopefully that hand is really hurt and he can't fucking go. That's my hope, Mike Hill. But yes, I know. I've had that one circled since Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers this year. B Chain for $10. I'm 30, but I compressed some vertebrae casing a jump on my dirt bike 4 years ago. I wake up every morning, feel like I'm 70. LMAO. Probably why I play pickleball now instead of motocross. Pickleball is really fucking popular, isn't it? Pickleball is really popular. I've never played pickleball. I'd probably go really fucking hard with pickleball. I'd probably put in way too much energy and effort, and everybody would hate playing with me. Everyone would hate playing with me. But no, I mean, back problems suck. Back problems make you feel old as shit. I have this fucking lower back, which I think is maybe connected to a little bit of like sciatica or something that has been plaguing me. And that is, when that is fucking hurting bad, it fucking hurts in the morning, wake up. But what can you do? We get old. We get old. Hey, Zeus, here's some money, Ryan, to refill the whiskey bottle. Next time, Bullet Bourbon whiskey. I love Bullet Bourbon. I got some Bullet Bourbon downstairs. Bullet Bourbon's my jam. Daniel Moore for $2.49 looks like Will Smith's husband. It does. It does look like Will Smith's husband. It does indeed. Anima Chains for $5. Who has a bigger pecker, Cynthia or Big Mike? I would have to say Big Mike because we've seen it. Like, we've seen it flopping around. We've seen Michelle Obama's massive hog, whereas we're just speculating about Cynthia's. That would be my guess. But I don't really know Anima Chains. BJ for $2. If Gary takes a swim, he'll end up in denial. He will indeed. Deeds, Minnesota. What's up, Deeds? With a gifted subscription. Thank you very much, Deeds, over on the Rumble side. Shout out to Deeds. Who I don't think can watch the stream, but I appreciate the gifted sub. Daniel Moore, it's Oz's equivalent of The Last Jedi. I mean, kind of, but it's its own thing, right? Like, but I don't think a lot of people know that. Like, I don't think now at this point in time, I think a lot of people just associate it with like Wizard of Oz. It's a Wizard of Oz fan fiction, essentially, right? Like that's what this is. It's somebody that sat down in the early 90s and wanted to write a fucking fan fiction set in the land of Oz where Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, is actually fucking good. She's just been like, everyone's being gaslit about her and they're lying about her and she got set up and the wizard raped her mother and like all this stuff, which they go very light on in the musical and in the movie. If you guys saw that, there is the scene with the green elixir and the wizard and shit. But in the books, it is much more like that green elixir is like a date rape drug and the wizard rapes her mother. And that's how she gets pregnant with Elphaba. That's pretty fucked up. Lightning Sketch Productions. Let's pray that Gorman will make a smart, wise decision who will be the next CEO of Disney, because I don't think I can take much more of current broken Disney. Well, look, Disney's got a movie out in theaters that everyone was really bragging about over the last couple of weeks, weren't they? Everybody was bragging about, oh my gosh, Predator Badlands. It's doing so well at the box office. We promise. We promise. Should we revisit that? Should we look at that? That's what we'll do next, actually. Quagmire. Ryan, you had a chance to go on an all-paid trip to Dubai. It was the Navy, and no, Dubai's a shithole with gold paint. Well, there you go. You heard it from Quagmire. I didn't fucking pick where I got stationed, Quagmire. When I signed up, I could have been sent anywhere. But it's not like you understand this, that it's not like I got to be, no, don't feel like going on deployment. I'll just sit home. I happened to get lucky as fuck and got stationed on the Lincoln at just the right time. And then my shore duty was the perfect shore duty. San Diego Fighty. Can't get better than that. At least for a nuke. Can't get better than that. Sometimes I do get lucky in life. You know what? I haven't appreciated how lucky I've gotten at some points. Shit's gone wrong. Shit's been fucked up. Things have been bad, like whatever. But there's also things that it's like, man, sometimes things just work out. So maybe we're back on that. Maybe we're back on that track. Maybe. Tommy Campari. Been to Dubai. It's a boring version of New York. Well, New York kind of sucks. All the marketing is fake. It's a city with too much money and no good ideas. I feel like Dubai looks like it would be expensive. I know they got a lot of money there. I do know that. The Tankala, Wicked 2, a good show? Worked Wicked for 15 years on Broadway. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not really saying whether I think it's going to be good or not. a massive fan base for Wicked. And I try to explain this to people in the lead up to the first one, right? And I know a lot of you people got fucking mad at me. I know a lot of you guys are like, no, it's going to flop. Look at how cringe they are. And I said, look, it's really fucking cringe. But although it might turn us off, I don't think that the core audience and the people that have been waiting for it and the people that were excited about it, I don't think it's going to turn them off. And it obviously didn't. And I think Wicked Part 2 is probably going to do really well. I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. The ladies and the gays love Wicked. The ladies and the gays do love it, Lady Aaron D. I'm just saying that I hate the entire idea of like the construction of Wicked in terms of like its existence, right? The idea that it's just a subversion of someone else's idea of the Land of Oz and everything. And this like peak fucking victimhood mentality that no one's, it's not, she can't just be evil, right? It has to be, this is something that society did to her, and society turned their back on her, and society was fucking racist towards her, and all these fucking classes that are underserved. And I hate that idea because now I do think a lot of it's toned down significantly for the musical as opposed to the books. But Angst Kitten, speaking of Wicked, does Wicked have an in-universe explanation for how Elphaba can care about animals so much, but still want to kill Toto? I don't know. I don't recall. Maybe maybe it was something where she felt like Toto was being like taken advantage of, or because so many animals are able to speak and stuff like that, because animals in the Land of Oz are like people, right? And the idea of keeping them as fucking pets or something, or controlling them, might be viewed by her as weird. Maybe she wasn't trying to, it'd be probably like she wasn't trying to kill him, she was trying to save him. I don't fucking remember. I don't know. I do not have a good answer for that. That's like the best off the cuff guess I can give you. SCDB for 5. Glad you're alive and disappointed you weren't hungover on Sports Wars. Not today. Did you watch The Bad Batch? Came out the same time I got out, so I loved it. I didn't love Bad Batch because Bad Batch is just an extension of Clone Wars. I think there were some elements of it that were okay. Like I actually think Bad Batch is better than most of the Clone Wars, period. But I hated Omega. I hated the entire idea in principle of Omega, and I don't understand how anyone can overlook that shit. It's so stupid. Fucking hated it. But in terms of there are a couple moments for Bad Batch and the characterization of these people, and I understand how people can like some of the stories and get attached to them, and tech, and you know, all this shit that happened. So Carl Anderson for 5. I stopped watching Dave Filoni's Clone Wars as a kid after the second season when they started with Dark Sorcery and Mortis arc. I thought was dumb. I'm here. It was season 4 is I did not like Clone Wars when it was coming out, but as a Star Wars fan, so like I'm gonna watch it, right? I'm gonna watch it. I think it was the 4th season. Is that the season where Maul comes back to life? I saw that shit and I said, I'm fucking done. I can't. I just hate it. I despise. I'm trying to watch it. I'm trying to give it a chance. I can't do it anymore. And then took a break on it for years, and then came back and rewatched it all to catch up, just so I understood everything that was going on, so I could, whether if I liked it or didn't like it, and you know, hopefully have some understanding of it. Joshua Henderson for 5. Make no mistake, I like both versions. I just find it more satisfying when the story has more extensions rather than it being short. I think sometimes things go on for too long. Seasons of television series that, you know, that you're like, you know what? In retrospect, after we got this final season, probably should have ended like 2 seasons ago. They overstayed their welcome. Like, that's how I feel about like TCW. I think there was just too much. But I get you, Joshua. And they're very different things. And they're intended to be very different things. Quagmire, bro, 11 years, no deployment. I'll never stop trolling. You're trying to shame me for it, Quagmire. That's not a fucking achievement for me. Are you kidding me? How many people can say that? And how many people can say they made fucking rank while doing that? That's the other one. That's the other one. Kata for Ryan. Our Bears fucking did it. Just wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. It was not pretty in any way, shape, or form. It was fucking rough. But we did it, Conifer. Carl Sagan. I love show tunes too, sisters. Wicked fam here. There you go, Carl. Joshua Henderson. I'd favor 2003 Clone Wars if it wasn't short. Rayner for Aussie 5. You watched AFL Aussie Rules Football, created in 1851 to keep cricketers fit during winter in Australia, and no, not rugby. I have, like, I've seen highlights of it, like I've seen clips of it and shit like that, but I don't know too much about it. Like, I haven't sat down and watched a game, if you know what I mean. I haven't done that. But I'm familiar with it. Flag Ninja. You may never have been deployed, but you're okay for a squid. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some crayons to eat. Semper Fi. Semper Fi. Flag Ninja. Semper Fi. Really Big says, I won't be supporting Wicked. Well, I think that's perfectly fine and perfectly reasonable. I don't think it's made for most people in this chat. I've said it before. I've said it before. Did anybody see Running Man, by the way? I saw Running Man a couple days ago before FNT, and I gotta say I enjoyed Running Man. I did. It's gonna lose a fuck ton of money. I enjoyed Running Man. I think that it's definitely just kind of like an average movie, but it's fun. You know what I mean? It's fucking fun. I find the characters, at least, like, I find the characters tell about interesting and funny in ways. A decent amount of fucking action. I like Glenn Powell. Pretty basic about, wanting to do this to save his family and shit like that. I liked it. I'm not a huge fan of the original Running Man with Schwarzenegger, and maybe it's just because that one never stood out to me in the same way that so many other of those ones from that era stood out to me. Those action movies with him. It just kind of, I like watched it once and I was like, okay, that was Running Man, whatever. So I had like no real attachment to it. So I saw some people saying it's just the same as like the remake of Total Recall and shit. I hated the Total Recall remake because I love the original Total Recall with Arnie. So maybe that's why I really didn't like that one and why I find this one, pretty tolerable. I had a good time with it. Didn't annoy me. Maybe a little bit long. Maybe a little bit long. Did you have a favorite part of Frankenstein? A favorite part? I mean, look, the intro is fucking awesome. It is not Frankenstein is not an action movie in any way, right? But the beginning and kind of like the terror that you have when the creature is coming in the beginning, it was really well done. I liked a lot of when they were preparing to make the creature and in that big fucking castle and everything, and so many of the shots and the I guess just the movie making element that went into it, if that makes sense. Like from the prop department to the way that the shots looked to the lighting to the sound, like the music, everything. It was just a great movie. You know what I mean? So I really enjoyed like that middle section when they're trying to make the creature and you're getting to see all these shots and all this stuff they're doing in the castle itself. And I enjoyed how it played out when you get this viewpoint and then this viewpoint, in terms of how they're looking at it versus how the creature looks at it and shit. It's pretty good. It was pretty good. Kara says, glad to see you're still alive. I'm here, Kara. Yeah, Carolyn just messages me happy birthday. And then she's like, I hope you die on, I hope you get so drunk you die on stream. And I didn't even see her in the chat. But I could have been very drunk. That could have also been a possible likely outcome of why I didn't see. I'm sure there's a bunch of people in the chat I didn't see. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people. And by the way, for anybody that did wish me happy birthday yesterday, whether it was on Twitter or whatever, and I missed it, I do apologize. Thank you very much. There was a lot of like tags and shit like that. So tags and shit like that. Keela, I'm Kayla says happy birthday, happy belated birthday run. Thank you very much, Kayla. Had a good birthday. Had a good birthday. A good birthday. What did I say we're going to talk about next? Oh, Disney? Oh, no. Predator Badlands, which is kind of talking about Disney. See if I can find that shit. Where did it go? Oh, did I? Oh, is this why? Ah, that's why. I accidentally had what is it called? Gary's tweet up. What is it called? I mean, who? Who is it called? Yeah, we can get to that one. Yes, please shit on Disney. Happy birthday. Didn't know you had a sports channel. Oh, we do Sports Wars. Yeah, go check it out. It's a Geeks and Gamers channel, but I run that channel. I've been running that channel for the better part of 5 years now. Basically, ever since I started my channel, to be honest with you. So, yeah. Someone said Ryan is Gary's heir. And I thought it said Ryan is Gary's hair at first when it was going by. Like, what the fuck? Sturgeon for 19. It's happy birthday, bro. Thank you, Sturgeon. Thank you. It was a good birthday. You even had a little bit of cake, which is good. Which is really good. Giddy. Whatever. Giggity. For $10, what is Streamlabs? I wanted to send a donation through it, but they expect a lot just to make an account. It's much easier with YouTube, but I know they take a big cut. Is Streamlabs preferred? Beardo fat. Look, I am wherever you guys want to donate, whatever's easier for you. It does not matter to me. But a lot of people do like to donate through Streamlabs because they take much less of a cut than YouTube. But honestly, I get it. But then it doesn't show in the chat. It doesn't highlight the message. I totally get all of that stuff. So wherever you guys want to donate or prefer to donate, I am very appreciative of it wherever. But yeah, Streamlabs is it's always pinned. Any stream I do, it's always pinned. But in terms of what is it, it is a lot of things, right? Streamlabs OBS is actually the recording software that I use, which is just a different version of normal OBS. But they have a lot of different add-ons and a little bit easier to make your scenes and stuff for recording. But they have the direct donation features and stuff. A lot of streamers and game streamers will run a lot of their different, whether it's overlays or little add-ons, extensions, widgets and stuff like that, that'll have sound effects or like things that'll pop up on stream when someone donates, that type of shit. Streamlabs. Wild Man Beyond says tomorrow's my birthday. Hell yes. Happy birthday to you, Wild Man. Captain Sasquatch, you a Navy veteran? Yes, 11 years. Got in 2010, got out in 2021. Right before they started mandating that everybody get the jab, by the way. That's not why I got out. It was just very convenient that I was getting out at that point. It was just very convenient. Builds by Hunter. Predator Badlands didn't tank, you idiot! What do you call a 70% drop in its second weekend in the box office? What do you call something that's on pace to do exactly what Alien vs. Predator made fucking 21 years ago? But that movie only cost $60 million to make. This one costs $110 million to make, not including marketing. This movie's on pace to do about $160 million at the box office, which would lose Disney a fuck ton of money. But it didn't tank, huh? It's doing great. Now you must look at all the media headlines written by retards for retards so that they buy it. And you just want to fucking double fist that fucking dick and pump the media's cum down your throat. That's what you want to do, right? You just eat that shit up. But this is why they continue to write headlines, because very stupid people are constantly tricked without putting anything in perspective, without looking at anything, without looking at budgets, without looking at how much the fucking movie theaters actually take a cut of. You are exactly who the media writes for. And one of the reasons we're in the position we are. One of the reasons. But we might as well get to it. We might as well get to it. Builds by Hunter, ironic coming from the maggot. Great, it's so fucking creative. Where'd you get that from? What one of your fucking retarded streamers that you watch, your leftist communist fucking streamers that you watch, did you get that one that you probably just repeat a million times? Builds by Hunter has the energy of one of those fucking retarded queers who is a reply guy on Twitter and has like 23 fucking followers, has tweeted 7,800 times in the past year and has 23 followers. And nobody ever fucking acknowledges him or likes his tweet other than when he gets fucking ratioed. That's the type of fucking energy that Builds by Hunter has. Do you make computers, Hunter? Is that what you do? You make computers for people? Is that your job? Is it going well for you? Who do you work for, by the way? So I can tell everybody to never fucking go there ever, because they employ retarded, communist, cocksucking queers like you. People who want to gargle on the jizz of Disney and will lap up everything that these people in the media try to tell you, even when the evidence is right in front of your very fucking eyes. You people are disgusting, delusional fucking rats. You are bugs. You are fucking vermin. That's who you are. But you get a vote. Congratulations. You're lucky that you fucking live in this country. And you're lucky you live in this country now. Joshua Henderson, instead of soups, how do I communicate with you? You can always send me an email, Josh, like Twitter DMs and Instagram DMs and stuff like that. Sometimes I will see them. Sometimes I will see them, but it's a rarity, right? My fucking Twitter DMs are a mess. By the way, fuck Twitter DMs. Whatever they just changed, whatever Elon just changed with it, I fucking hate it. Not only do I have a million like Bitcoin or sex bots or whatever the fuck that are just all in my replies to the point where my requests that it's useless. It's useless to look at my requests for DMs. But now also the normal DMs with the stupid chat protection, the pin protection, it's so slow. It's fucking awful. Whatever changes you made, unmake them. It's fucking terrible. Sex bots, you say? I'm telling you, dude. Probably anybody with a significant enough following has like the same shit. And it's just like the same botted fucking messages over and over again from people in your Twitter requests. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Over on the Rumble side, Ronan says, had some decent memories of TCW. When I dipped my toe into books outside of Disney Star Wars for the first time by getting a Republic Commando book, I'll probably hate TCW too. Yeah, if you like the Republic Commando books, you'll hate TCW. That is a true thing. Can we get, Maddie says, can we get, somebody said, can we get Rumble emotes from supporters? I need to do that, and that is my bad. That is my bad that I haven't done that. So I will get to it. I will get to it. Be careful, Ryan. Don't want to get reported by people. Look, people report this channel every fucking day, right? It's that they mobilize in their little gay Discord groups. They do all that every fucking day. I'm not saying anything wrong. Remember we had that entire cancellation campaign? Do you guys remember that? We had that entire cancellation campaign by Disney Star Wars fans that got a lot of attention. They got, thousands and thousands and thousands of likes. Big Star Wars YouTubers retweeting it, specifically to demonetize myself, Gary, and Jeremy. That was it. Those were the targets. It was Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, and Ryan Kinel RK Outpost. Those were the three targets that they wanted to be demonetized. And it was a massive campaign. It was a lot of planning, pre-planning that went into it. They all sent the same message. Lucasfilm employees helped boost it. And YouTube comes back to them after all their hard work and dedication. And they say, nah, channels are good. We checked. Channels are good. We checked. Jason, did you play the intro on Daily on Friday for the $100 soup? No, because I couldn't find the video. I have it here, though. Should I play the RK3PO intro? It's so terrible, dude. Maybe we'll play it for the outro today. Maybe we'll play it for the outro today. Because that video is gone. It is uploaded into my StreamYard file, but I cannot download it from there. I guess I could maybe try to screen record it or something. But I have no idea where that fucking intro actually is. It's such a long time ago. RK3PO. PP Boo Boo Man for $1, thank you. Mike Hill, idiots on X, saying Predator Badlands the biggest Predator domestic at the box office. Never heard of inflation. Exactly. Like, it is true that a $40 million opening weekend is the biggest opening by a pure number standpoint that we've ever seen for a Predator movie. However, everything has to be taken in perspective. It has to be taken in perspective that we're talking about years and years and years between these things, right? It beat Alien vs. Predator, but it had effectively, like, that was a $39 million opening. This is a $40 million opening. That was in 2021. It sold less than half the amount of tickets. And it cost significantly more. So if it goes on the same run that Alien vs. Predator did, it's going to lose a fuck ton of money. And right now, it looks like it's going to go on exactly the same run that Alien vs. Predator did, by the way. And we might as well get to it. We might as well I've had it up here for long enough. I keep getting fucking distracted. All right. Let's get to this. When Predator Badlands opened at the box office last week, you saw nearly universally every single member of the media tell you the same exact thing. Oh my gosh, it was such a huge opening, a massive opening for Predator, a stunning success story for Predator Badlands, the Disney-fied version of the Predator, the feminized version of the Predator. And although in a vacuum, I talked about Predator Badlands, and I thought in a vacuum, it's an okay movie. I don't think it belongs in the Predator franchise. This PG-rated, feminized version with all these little goofy jokes and shit like that, I don't think it belongs, and I don't know what you do with the franchise from here. But if you listen to the media, you were told it's a huge success, guys. Just listen and believe. The same thing we've seen for all these Marvel movies that have come out, had disappointing opening weekends that weren't going to match up to what they spent on the fucking movie, and it was lied about. And then a couple weeks down the road, you had articles saying, what happened to the MCU box office? How did this movie fail? It's exactly the story that we're going to have for Predator Badlands, because the headlines were all celebrating it opening weekend. Then the second weekend came in. And although people in the very same media that told you it was a massive, brave, stunning success, they said it's probably going to have a great hold at the box office. So many people love this version of the Predator. People love the feminized version of the Predator. It turns out it didn't work out very well for them. Predator Badlands drops nearly 70% in its second weekend at the box office. 68% drop. And this is not a huge opening weekend, like a $200 million opening. So you would expect it to have maybe a bigger drop because there was so much hype for it. It was a relatively moderate opening weekend, $40 million. And now it drops 68%. And the thing that nobody in the media wanted to talk about when this movie, when they were telling you it was so big, when they were telling you it was amazing, despite ignoring any comparisons with inflation involved, despite ignoring the fact that this movie sold significantly fewer tickets than probably any of the other Predator movies that have come out, when you look at how much tickets cost now, they just wanted to tell you $40 million opening, $80 million global. Isn't that incredible? The reality is, Alien vs. Predator from 2004, 21 years ago, had effectively the same exact opening weekend, $38.2 million, compared to Predator Badlands, $40 million. Very fucking similar. Now, if you factor in inflation, Alien vs. Predator blows it out of the fucking water, and it's not even close. But this is what they wanted to tell you, that it was just the highest. It was going to be a huge success. And what happened for Alien vs. Predator, by the way? Second weekend was a 68% drop. Predator Badlands, 68% drop. So if we take this out, and this is why it's important. This is why. And look, the media knows exactly what they're doing. They're talking to low information, retarded people. That's what they do. And those same people will gulp it up. They'll write on X, I heard it's the best ever. That's what the media told me. And they don't look at how much box office cut the theaters actually get. They don't understand the difference between production budget and what the add-on marketing would be for that movie. They don't understand anything. They just read the headline and listen to what they're fucking told by what they're gaslit to believe. The reality is, this movie is now on pace to perform almost exactly the same as Alien vs. Predator did 21 years ago. Now, if Predator Badlands had, say, a $50 million budget, then you might be saying, okay, you know what? Not a huge smash hit or anything, but if it makes $180 million at the box office, little tiny profit, little solid return for them. That's not the case. Predator Badlands costs around $110 million production budget, and we haven't heard anything about the marketing budget, but you could assume probably around 40 to 50 million. Like, this is a movie that needs to hit $300 million at the box office to be profitable. That's what Predator Badlands is. And right now, it is tracking to effectively end right around where Alien vs. Predator ended. Very similar opening weekend, almost exactly the same second weekend. Why doesn't the media want to fucking tell you that? Well, like, where was it? Why didn't you tell everybody that, oh, by the way, if this movie does the same as Alien vs. Predator, it's going to lose Disney a fuck ton of money? I wonder why. And now 3 weeks from now, when this ends at around $170, $180 million, and people are not even going to talk about inflation or ticket prices or anything like that. They're not going to talk about tickets sold. And there's going to be articles that are written that said, what happened to Predator Badlands at the box office? Is this really the right future for Disney's Predator brand? Like, those are the articles that are going to come out a couple weeks from now. I'm telling you right now, bookmark it, fucking save it, because that's what we've seen each and every time when it comes to so many franchises, specifically ones that are owned by Disney. We see this all the fucking time in the media. And again, I will once again say, I didn't hate Predator Badlands. I thought it was an okay movie. I thought it was a mid movie. And if it wasn't in the Predator universe, it'd be like, okay, I guess that's fine. Whatever. Decent little movie. Okay, I'll move on to the next thing. But it's not. It's a fucking Predator movie. And this changes the franchise and where the franchise goes from here by making the Predator into some sympathetic fucking hero. By feminizing the Predator. Because although he's a man and he wants to prove himself as a man and all that shit, when you look at the movie, it is a feminization of this franchise. It is an effort to get more women to love it. How many times do we have to see that with male-dominated franchises, specifically owned by Disney, for us to realize that that's a mistake to do something like that? And now here we are from Predator Badlands, which had a terrible second weekend and is now exactly on pace to finish just like Alien vs. Predator. But the difference is Alien vs. Predator had like a $60 million budget. This thing, it's got a big budget. And right now, unless something drastically changes, it will likely lose a shit ton of money for Disney. Fuck. Predator hair bun. Predator hair bun. Elle Fanning's ass distracts me. Well, it wasn't in very much of it. It wasn't in very much of it. The girl power was strong in this, but it wasn't bad. Everything was reasonable. It just didn't feel Predator. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like in a vacuum, I think that the idea of some random sci-fi movie that comes out, where you have, some like a boy who is trying to prove that he belongs as a man in this society and sets out to do this unthinkable task and accomplish this incredible thing to impress everyone else in the clan and stuff. We've had plenty of movies that are like this, right? And goes out and along the way, meets somebody else that can help him in his quest, meets somebody else that can maybe give him a different perspective, make him rethink things, and make him decide whether this is the way he wants to live his life or this is the way he wants to live his life and what strength really means, right? We've seen movies like that before. The difference is how it's being done in the Predator franchise. You are using the Predator or a Predator, right? And you are now giving us this super sympathetic look into him. I don't like. He should be the fucking villain. Should be the villain of these franchises. Also, when you combine that with now you have the synth that is playing this fucking role. I don't like the fact that Elle Fanning was a synth. I don't like the ramifications behind that. And so it's like, does it work in this universe? And I don't think it does. I don't think it should. Make something like make a fucking original thing if you want to do this. Where did we leave off? Mad Cat, from one vet to another, I agree with you. Can't see you in Florida. Hold on. Can't wait to see you in Florida once I retire. My 20-year mark next April. Mad Cat. Hell yeah. That's fucking awesome. I could never have done it. I didn't think I was going to do more than 6. And then I didn't think I was going to do more than 8. And then I got convinced to do 11. I was not going to do more. 20 is quite an achievement. 6 more months. Maximus for 199 says, shit talker. Thank you, Maximus. Alex Aerocave. I used to make arcade 3PO memes every stream. I know, Alex. You did. You did. Ronnie West for 5. Badlands looks soft and gay compared to the original. Just like they wanted an excuse for a woman to boss Predator around. Also, happy late B-Day, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Ronnie West. I appreciate the happy birthday. I don't know if she bossed him around too much. I don't know if I would define it as that necessarily. Codifer or codifer. Wait. C-O-H. I would say co. Or no, codifer. Codifer. I fucking hate the Eagles, but if they beat Lions tonight, we have the number 1 spot. Bear down. By the way, my name is pronounced Codifer. I think I finally got it. But yes, I mean, I picked the Lions in the game because that's who I think will win, but I'm fucking rooting for the Eagles. Just like I was rooting for the Eagles last week against the Packers, rooting for them this week. There is a chance. The Bears right now are in sole possession of the number one spot in the division, which I did not think that was going to happen before the season. And I still think the schedule gets very tough down the stretch. It's going to be very tough for us to string together some of these wins. We needed this game. But if the Lions lose tonight, we will be in sole possession. Jesus, Ryan, I like Predators because of the action. There's some decent action in it. It does look a little wonky. So they spent $110 million, but there's a lot of action and a lot of CGI heavy stuff in it, which sometimes it looks a little janky. Sometimes it looks a little janky. Angst Kitten for 10. Ryan, is Gary making you watch more of All's Fair? I fucking hope not. Episode 4 includes a revenge via date rape of a coworker plot. The show's hilariously insane and it's fascinating to me. Like, All's Fair is one of the biggest piles of trash I've ever seen. However, it is one of those shows that is bad in a way that can be funny, whereas The Witcher season 4 is like unwatchable. It's like such a slog. Whereas All's Fair is one of the worst shows that's ever been created, but it's something like funny about it. Not intentionally, completely unintentionally. So I do see what you're saying, Angst Kitten. But a revenge via date rape of a coworker. Date rape of a coworker. Okay. I watched 2 episodes of it when Gary asked us to review it. Name is Cody, so I guess co-differ. Co-differ. Okay. Co-differ. Co-differ. I got it. I'll remember it now. 50-year-old Jeremy Griggs. Jeremy is hiding. Boomer sooner. Boomer sooner. Bama B. Ouch. Guy rapes a coworker of someone who wronged him as revenge. That's a little bit insane. That's a little bit insane. Can't say I've ever heard of that happen in the real world. At least not for fucking revenge or something. Not for revenge. I guess I don't hear too many rape stories, period, to be honest. All right, we got to talk about this Disney shit. We got to talk a little bit about this Disney shit here. I need some water. I need to fucking pee, to be honest with you. Kind of need to piss. I can't believe that I didn't pee on that stream the other night. I can't believe I didn't pee on that stream the other night. Because I kind of had to from the beginning, and I held it. Well, speaking of drinking, looks like I owe another one. Key Lime Kayla for $50. $50. Thank you. And thank you for the birthday wishes. Happy birthday to my favorite grump. Rank your fave to least fave. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, super bad. I love you, man. And Pineapple Express. Of those, super bad is probably my favorite. I thought Pineapple Express was really funny back in the day. I probably don't know if I would think it's that funny now. I might put I Love You Man ahead of it. The last one would probably be Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That'd probably be the bottom one for me. I know a lot of people like it. I know a lot of people like it, but I don't know. That would be my rankings. It's been a long time since I watched Superbad. That show was, or that movie was, when did it come out? 2007, 2008? When did Superbad come out? 2007. It was everywhere. Like the quotes were everywhere all the time. It was so insanely culturally relevant at the time. In an era where it wasn't quite as easy for, obviously we still had the internet and we had some social media stuff, but it wasn't as easy for shit to go so fucking viral as it is now. And Superbad was everywhere. Everywhere. McLovin, yes. Albert, not a retro for 10. If I had the resources, I would buy all 150 plus Star Wars Legends books, turn them into screenplays, and make them into big animated adaptations and give them away. That'd be crazy, Albert. I would do a lot of things if I had all the money in the world. I'm just happy that I have all the books, let alone, be able to like turn them into screenplays and stuff. I actually recently was set up a different bookcase, and I need a bigger fucking bookcase. I realize I have so many doubles of some books and shit like that I'm like, it's not gonna fit. So I build this fucking bookcase, put it together. It's like, fuck, I should have got a bigger one for all my Star Wars. It's literally just for my Star Wars books. What was I thinking? B. Jane, I love you, man. Number one, because of Rush. Seeing them next year with my dad, RIP Neil Peart, huge influence to get me into drumming. Yeah, I think that I would go Superbad. I love you, man. Pineapple Express, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I was never as into Forgetting Sarah Marshall as everybody else was at the time. Superbad was a fun movie. It was okay. It was fucking fun. Well, you also have to remember, like, that came out when I was in high. Well, I maybe that would have been the summer I graduated high school. So it was like, that was the fucking perfect era for me, like for that movie to come out. So for me and among everybody I knew, it was awesome. It was awesome. Hey Ryan, you like the prequels? Did you see the General Grievous Hot Toys? I don't think I've seen specifically the General Grievous one, but I mean, if I had all the money in the world, of course I would love to buy so many of the Hot Toy stuff. They all look sick. I've been blessed enough to be, gifted some by people, and they're fucking awesome. I love my Anakin one. Love my Anakin one. I've got a Ki-Adi-Mundi one, who some say I look like him. Some say I resemble him. I don't know why they'd say that. Ronan, not sure if you ever asked this already, but what are your top 5 movies of the year? Gary had F1 in his top 5. Did you ever watch it? I never fucking did, which is kind of a shame. I should create a top 5 list. Should I create a top 5 list like Gary does for his end of year thing? Actually really sit down and think about it. The problem is I forget the things that have come out this year. Like, for example, it's hard to believe that Snow White came out this year. It feels like Snow White came out 2 years ago, but Snow White came out earlier this year, which is kind of nuts. Say, we should do a top 5 for 25. A top 5 for 25. Albert, not a retro. Gotta go bug my nerdy home now. You're cute, but she's cuter. Well, thank you for the compliment. Albert, not a retro. Thanks. Thank you. top 5 woke disasters. That's Gary's real big thing. Top 5 woke disasters of 2025. Everybody loves those. Let's talk about the Disney thing that I wanted to bring up a second ago and got distracted. Got distracted by everything. Warfare, Weapons, Sinners, a few other movies. I was not big on Sinners. It took me a long time to watch it. I didn't watch it in theaters. It took me a while. I watched it on streaming after, and I was not in. I had some problems with it. Had some problems with it. Ryan, with your power of hatred, you could definitely do the list. Maybe I could. But let's talk a little bit about Disney. Disney's quarterly earnings report didn't exactly go as well as they expected. In fact, investors were a little disappointed with Disney's results, so bad so that the stock crashed about 10% in the span of one day, and looks like it's going to be sitting there for a while. And of course, Bob Iger, we talked about his great new ideas for the future, not about creating new franchises and getting back to great storytelling for Disney, but letting their own users who pay to use Disney Plus generate AI short slop to put on Disney Plus. That's Bob Iger's big idea. Disney can't create anything anymore. They can't even replicate anything anymore. So instead, they're going to let the consumer pay to use their service to make AI videos of their characters. That's where Disney's at right now. But one of the interesting things that was absent from Disney's quarterly reports, from their investor report, caught a lot of people's eyes, because it's something that people have been complaining out for a long, long time. Over on geeksandgamers.com, Disney drops DEI and related terms from its most recent SEC report. Isn't that interesting? Disney is giving the impression of turning over a new leaf, as for the first time in 5 years, it has left the terms DEI and diversity out of its annual business report for the SEC. And it's weird, isn't it? It's just so strange that, we who have been talking about how toxic this shit is, and when I say toxic, I don't mean the way the fucking woke losers say toxic, you're mean, you're saying mean things to me. I mean, genuinely, it repels people. That's what I mean when I say toxic. And when it comes to woke DEI fucking bullshit and the virtue signaling, it truly does. It sickens people in some cases, especially when a company like Disney goes out of their way for, I don't know, the parental rights and education bill in the state of Florida. And they go out there and they take a stand saying they want teachers to be able to sexualize your kindergarten students. Right? That's the flag that Disney decided to plant just a few years ago. When you do shit like that and your entire business model, you're constantly pushing this diversity, DEI bullshit when all people want is great entertainment and great stories, that is toxic. That repels people. And that's what Disney has witnessed. And of course, we've seen over and over again from Bob Iger, we're going to quiet the noise in the culture war. We're not going to be pushing as many of these things. And they've said that for a long time. And you know what? Here and there, you do hear from behind the scenes at Pixar, they wanted to put this gay shit in this movie. And the executives came and said, no, you can't tell your gay fucking story in here. Get that out. We do hear about these things. But I got to be honest with you. Until we see significant changes, until we see monumental changes, you can make all the promises you want. You can not mention diversity or DEI in your annual business reports, but people are not going to trust you until you prove that we can trust you again. And it just has not been enough, especially because even though they're not mentioning diversity and they're not mentioning DEI, that's still what they're talking about, even in this very same report. A leaked Disney email about a recent employee event reportedly revealed the company has quietly reworked its approach to diversity, equity, and inclusion, axing the term entirely for the first time since 2019. Disney kicked off its Global Belonging Week for employees, which included a series of live stream talks, quote, designed to empower and inspire, referencing belonging and inclusion without mentioning diversity, equity, or DEI, according to an internal email obtained by Business Insider. So what does that tell you? It tells you they're not using those words anymore because they know those words don't go well. They know that headlines with those words won't go well for them. So they say other shit. They're calling it something else. They're calling it something else. They're naming it something else. That's what this is. It's like when the Reimagine Tomorrow program, which gets blasted because you have your very own Disney employees and executives bragging about how they like to indoctrinate children into gay shit. And that doesn't go well for you. So what do? You change the name. You change the name of that program and slide it into a different part. Doesn't mean you stop doing these things. You just stop talking about it in the very same way. Moreover, the entertainment company removed the divisive terms diversity, equity, inclusion, and DEI from its annual business report and only mentioned equity when speaking in a financial context. I think that's appropriate when it comes to equity. The 2025 report is noticeably different from Disney's 2024 SEC filing, which featured a dedicated section on DEI. Quote, our DEI objectives are to build and sustain teams that reflect the life experiences of our audience while employing and supporting a diverse array of voices in our creative and production teams. The Reimagine Tomorrow stuff they're talking about, the Reimagine Inclusion bullshit, recently noted the word choice is a sign of the times. Out of all the words, diversity and equity are words that people are staying away from, Malik said. Adding the verbiage fits in the broader trend of companies highlighting words like belonging and culture, which he claimed are seen as less political than DEI. But that is the thing. That's still what they're doing. They're just not calling it the same thing. So I think it's all well and good that we continue to hear, hey, we're not going to push for this anymore. We're not going to push for this anymore. Hey, DEI, we're going to step away from that. But ultimately, they're doing it because they know publicly it's unpopular. When it was used as a virtue signal, they thought it would be popular to do these things. They quickly realized it's not. But you still have these people employed. You still have these activists employed at your company. You're still pushing these things in some of your fucking content. You're just not calling it the same thing. You're trying to hide it. And you can say all these things. We can have all these headlines. We can have headlines about them axing diversity and DEI. But until they stop it, until they start actually turning around this fucking ship, this Titanic, that they have crashed into a fucking iceberg that is taking on water, until you actually repair the leak, and by that I mean fire all these fucking activists at your company, turn this shit around, and get your company and your franchises and your IPs headed back in the direction that consumers and families want, the people that have supported you and made you a fucking megalith among all these entertainment corporations, your family-friendly entertainment. Until you take those actions and do those things, you're going to sit there and sink while you fucking pray that the Carpathia can arrive soon enough to pick up the lifeboats. That's where Disney is at right now. And it's all well and good to remove it from your reports when you know it's unpopular. But if you're still doing that shit, then nothing has really changed. Y'all like the Titanic references I slid in there? I was not expecting that. It just fucking popped up out of nowhere. That just popped up out of nowhere. Carpathia, right? I'm right about that, right? The Carpathia showed up to pick up the lifeboats. I think so. I caught the Carpathia reference. Yeah. So I tell you guys, sometimes when I'm like just fucking recording these things and going off the top of my head, wild shit pops up. Wild shit pops up. Key Lime Kayla for 5. I saw Begonia this past week. Highly recommend to my art house weirdo film friends. Jesse Plemons, superb. That's in my top 5 this year. I mean, I don't know too many people that have seen it. I feel like the people I've seen talking about it says it's good. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Thank you for the recommendation. Superbad Great / Project X is awesome. Have you seen it? Project X? Project X. I don't know. Project X. Is it a movie? No, I mean it like just from the images, it looks like it's supposed to be like super bad. I've never seen Project X. 2012. King's Advisors. What's up, Kings? Hope you have a great birthday, man. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. I did have a great birthday. I did have a great birthday. Tommy Campari for 5. Titanic and Carpathia references. Stellar nautical knowledge. What about the Californian? Californian? I don't know. I can't tell that one. Look, you should not rely on me for nautical references, okay? As Quagmire's still probably in the chat can attest. I'm probably not the best one to go to for that. I was very into the Titanic like wreckage when I was younger. It was probably like I had probably like learned about it in school and the movie had come out. And I don't think I had seen the movie because I don't think like I would have been 9 years old when Titanic came out in 1997. I don't know if fucking my mom would have let me watch a movie with tits in it at that point if she knew there were tits in it. At 9 years old. But so I probably didn't see it, but because it was so in the public then, I got really into the Titanic at one point in time. It's the only reason I knew about the fucking Carpathia. You're old. I know I'm old, motherfucker. I'm 37. Okay. I do remember this story about a ship that could have helped. I do remember this. Was close to the Titanic, saw the distress signals, but thought Titanic was just celebrating. I didn't know the name of the ship, though. I didn't know the name of the ship. Ronan for $5 said, would it be easier to do a worst of list? Honestly, roasting the ever-loving shit out of trash would be more entertaining. If I do one, I have to do the other, I think. Don't you guys think if I do one, I have to do the other? I think that would only be fair. Like that would only be fair. Who won that Chiefs game, by the way? Did Denver pull it out? Denver did win it. Wow. There we go. Picks were okay this week. Missed a handful. Oh shit, the games are we're 8:44 already. 8:44 already. I started really late, didn't I? Started really late today. I was dragging today. I was red dragon today. I was red dragon. With that said, because it is getting kind of late, but I will probably call it there for today. I really appreciate so many people. We had 1,100 people in this fucking chat. Day after my birthday stream, when we had 1,000 people in here just watching me get shit faced, we were actually talking about stuff this time. I like both streams. I like both of those things. Called a hangover, bud. I'm not really hungover. It's just I am tired. Like you just get fucking tired when you consume that much fucking alcohol. Not it slows you down a little bit. But no headaches, nothing like that. Not that kind of hungover. Just a little tired. Had to take a little nap. Jesus with a gifted membership. Thank you, Jesus. And yes, FML tomorrow on your channel. Yes, there's going to be 3 straight days. We've got a night stream on my channel. How often does that happen in the history of this channel? 3 straight days. My birthday today, and then FML tomorrow night. My channel. My 37-year-old bladder's holding strong. I can usually hold it for a long time. The thing is, like, I can hold it for a very long time. The thing is, if I'm like drinking or whatever, and I hold it for a really long time, once I fucking crack the seal, like, it's like, fuck, I just peed. I have to pee again. You know, that type of thing. But my bladder's young, I think. Blue-eyed Scorpio. Good time to be a Colorado sports fan. Avalanche, Broncos, Nuggets all winning. Only time of year the Rockies aren't losing. Yeah, that's good. Congratulations, you blue-eyed Scorpio. And congrats on your Broncos winning. I didn't think they had it in them. Well, I mean, I did. I thought it'd be a very close game, but I did pick the Chiefs. Angst Kitten, you make me question whether my parents were edgy for taking me to see Titanic at age 7. Well, I don't think. I also, like, one, it's not like it's like gratuitous crazy shots or anything, but also who knows what people knew were in it at the time, you know? Like, if you don't know there's nudity in a movie and you like take your 8-year-old to go see Titanic because you think it'd be cool or whatever, and then there's some tits thrown in there. Who knows? Who knows? John Ease, you're old is a lame insult when you think about it. Not everyone gets fat, but no one cannot get old. That is true. That is true. I mean, I get lumped in with all these motherfuckers all the time. I get called like an old 40-year-old, like someone in their fucking 40s bitching about women and in movies and shit. I get that all the time. And I'm like, hey, I'm bitching about women, but I'm in my 30s. Okay. Get it fucking straight. Get it straight. Codifer for 5. Night, Ryan. Hate that I'm rooting for the fucking Eagles, but I figure rooting for them is rooting for the Bears. Have a good night, man. I know. It's kind of sickening sometimes, Codifer. It's kind of sickening sometimes, isn't it? It's just disgusting. Let me refresh on Streamlabs. I haven't checked there in a while. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything because I do appreciate when anybody goes over there. And we are good. Again, shout out to Ryan Kinel for that. Not me, but shout out to Ryan Kinel for that $50 super chat from yesterday that we missed that I hit today. Don't know if whoever sent that, whoever that fucking is actually in the chat, but hopefully they heard it because I hate when I miss stuff. I hate when I miss stuff. But I think that's it. Shout out to the Rumble chat. Always hanging out. Shout out to the big $50 super chat over there as well. Appreciate you guys. You gave me a happy fucking birthday yesterday. And gave me a happy birthday yesterday and a nice stream today to close out the weekend. AD the Demon Slayer for 5. Man, just logging on. Sorry I'm late. I was busy fucking. That's a good excuse. And good news. My Saints didn't lose today. Only because they were on a fucking bye week, AD. Only because they were on a bye week. But all good. I'm late. I shouldn't even be live right now. Normally, I wouldn't be. But I was a little late to the party. I had to take a little nap today. But I appreciate everybody. And thank you for all the birthday wishes. I do appreciate it. Had a really good birthday. Had a great birthday, in fact. So thank you guys very much for that and your part in it. And what else? Go check out Meta PCs. Geeks and Gamers Daily tomorrow morning, me and Jay. And then FML tomorrow night right here on the channel, 9 p.m. Eastern. About 24 hours from now. About 24 hours from now. And my brain is starting to stop working. I think I'm finally still maybe feeling that I am tired from yesterday. But thank you guys. I'll talk to all you motherfuckers later. Bye, everybody.